So welcome to the 2018 Flight Centre K2 cycle race around the Coromandel. Of course, this year incorporating the Energy Club New Zealand K4. That's the event for the madmen. A couple of times around 384 kilometres around the Coromandel. So the Energy Club New Zealand K4 will start Friday evening, 10 p.m.
Hi, I'm Joanna Sharp. I'm from Coromandel town and I'm about to head off to do the K4. I'm really excited about riding through the night and taking on one of the toughest races in the world. So yeah, pretty excited.
There's a bunch of 50 record numbers of riders looking to take on the Energy Club New Zealand K4. Of course, probably the toughest race of its kind when you look at the terrain they have to go over. So legendary endurance rider Colin Anderson, of course the man that's got the record for the most laps around the Lake Taupo Cycle Challenge, here to take on the Energy Club New Zealand K4.
Mooted this in 2006, and to see this amazing amount of riders here tonight, it's just incredible. It's really great. Augurs well for these younger ones now.
So I've done two Taupo 2-lap enduros, but I've done the K2 a few times, and yep.
The first lap is going to be good, hopefully in a little bunch. The second lap is going to be hill after hill, I guess, Steve. Yeah, I don't know, mate. Just got to switch off.
Start getting underway. Of course, great to see all those Volta reflective vests. The riders all equipped with lights as they head off into the darkness. 10 p.m. Friday evening, so they'll ride through the night. They'll appear in daylight to enjoy the beautiful sights around the Coromandel. So the riders on the first lap of the K4 can get support from the helpers, but in the second lap it's all on your own.
Okay, well we just started the K4, which is twice around the Coromandel Peninsula, 384 kilometres. We've had 54 people doing that. It's probably one of the hardest one-day races in the world, so it's quite an achievement. And tomorrow we're going to be starting the K2, which has got a field of 500 this year. And we also have a new event called the Dirty K, which is a gravel ride around the peninsula, and we're looking at about 140 for that. We've got the K1 starting in Tairua, 100k race, and that's another 300 there. And so in total there's over 1,000 competitors racing tomorrow. So
the riders preparing themselves for the start of the Flight Centre K2. There we have former winner Michael Torkler.
Well, I'm looking forward to another lap of the Coromandel. Always enjoy this race. Love the hills, love the descents. Could be a bit of a battle this time around. Got wee baby at home is making training slightly more difficult these days, but I've done enough. So I see Josh Aldridge and Logan Griffin as being the two main competitors for the day. So
Logan Griffin, of course, riding for the GD Pringle building team, a team that's been established out of Cambridge. They'll be getting ready for the New Zealand Cycle Classic, which will be held in January. Valley Toyota, of course, a great team there, big supporters of cycling. Based in Thames, Valley Toyota, and always great supporters of the Flight Centre K2. The group of elite riders heading out of Coromandel, of course, a nice start, but then quickly into the hills as other riders prepare for the start of their K2 adventure.
Go out there and have a bit of a gentle spin, I suppose they call it. Hey?
Racing, hey Jane? Cruising. no, looking forward to the day out. So.
I think I first started racing these in 2005. So I've had a few DNFs and I've had a few highlights, and I'm looking forward to today.
So like many of the Grand Fondos and fun runs around the world, the riders are seated by their ability or time they want to complete the event in, so they ride in waves, so we don't get 1,050 competitors on the road in one bunch. So the riders head out of Coromandel. We'll see some of the K4 riders. They're on lap number 2, and that means they're unsupported now, so some of them with good legs might be able to tag onto a bunch and have some company. Others it's just riding the same terrain but in daylight as Michael Torkler, Logan Griffin lead on the climbs out of Coromandel town. So these riders, you'll notice, are all wearing standard helmets. If you see a rider throughout the coverage in a fluoro yellow helmet cover, that is one of the K4 riders. So as the riders head up the first climb, they'll drop down and approach the first of the King of the Mountains, and plenty of those around this 200 kilometre course, renowned for its big climbs, beautiful scenery, looking out over the Coromandel. So a little bit of a flat as you head in towards Thames along the coast. Beautiful scenery. One of the Dynamo Events riders.
Really cold. Cold last night.
As we join the riders in the elite group. They were fairly early into the ride, just over 45 minutes as they're heading in towards Thames, and already the pressure being applied by Logan Griffin. He's a very strong rider, climbs well, time trials well. As we see what's left of the starters in the elite race, as 3 riders have jumped off the front, was Michael Torkler, Theo Gilbertson and Logan Griffin, who we saw trying to go across. As they head into towards Thames, stand-up paddleboarder, and one of our K4 riders, still in good spirits, just outside of Thames. They've gone through Thames up onto the Kopahikawai climb. It's a good long test and climb after a decent run on the flat. Beautiful conditions today as one of the K4 riders. Well, the hill will be a lot steeper than the first time around, but he's looking pretty comfortable. Brad Jones just on the back of that. Josh Aldridge and Greg McDonald, they're the 3 riders in this group, of course chasing the riders already up the road. And here they go, the leaders, Torkler on the front, Logan Griffin, Theo Gilbertson. Torkler, known for his climbing ability, he hasn't slowed down too much even though he works full time. He's now a dad. His ability over these one-day races is still incredible. Michael Torkler leading. Logan Griffin, Theo Gilbertson. And get back to the chasing riders, led by Josh Aldridge. There's the King of the Mountains results.
Freezing on top of the King of the Mountain. It's been great though. Awesome to see the K4 people. They've got so much stamina. It's brilliant.
Now there's the best bed in the bike race. One of the Hawke's Bay riders in the hub kit, as we see the chasing 3 riders of the elite. Josh Aldridge leading, but of course the 3 are already up the road. There's still plenty to race for in the Flight Centre K2. Theo Gilbertson, Michael Torkler, Logan Griffin. They'll start to pick up some of the riders that started earlier this morning, the early bird riders. No doubt some of those will come into view shortly. So past the Paanui turn off as they head towards Tairua, and then of course the Pumpkin Hill, another one of those leg breakers. We'll talk about looking comfortable, crouched over the handlebars. 2 hours 33 minutes into the Flight Centre K2 for the leading riders.
Car comes. Oh, you know, it's survival mode now, I think, so. But it's yeah, tough day.
Stunning day around the Coromandel Loop. A massive amount of work done by all the volunteers, traffic management on this course. It's a fantastic event. Vicena K2, always one of the premier Grand Fondos and races. It's one of many of the top riders always want to add to their list. The riders heading up a Pumpkin Hill, a couple of the K4 riders. They'll be going, oh, we wish we could feel like that. Theo Gilbertson, as they look back over towards Tairoa. Logan Griffin leading over the climb. And the downhill part is always a good thing. Once you get to the top, you do have the opportunity to freewheel, enjoy the views on the way down. A couple of that elite group, 3 that have been chasing all day. Another one of our K4 ladies enjoying a bit of a chat with the cameraman. So a good bunch of riders working together, the K4 riders. Next town they'll be coming to, Whitianga. Of course, the Loop of the Coromandel, each town approximately 50 kilometres apart, so you can tick them off, count the Ks down as you go around the loop. So some early bird riders, good to see them out on the course early this morning, as maybe they want to call in to the famous Corrugig Glen pub. Well, always a great pub to stop at on your way around the Coromandel, particularly over New Year and New Year's Eve. So coming into our first winner of the day, Lewis Bauer takes out the Nicholas Brown Challenge. He's going to be closely followed by Mel Titter, winner of the Energy Club New Zealand K4 in 12 hours 55.40, and just 35 seconds behind him, Matthew Lucky, 12 hours 56.15 in second.
So yeah, I guess we've just finished 2 laps of K2, which is K4. Started at 10 PM last night, rode non-stop for 2 laps, and yeah, just come in now. So been a hard 13 hours or something. So yeah, climbed a few hills, eaten too much sweet stuff and bars and gels and stuff. So very busy day, very hard day. Yeah, happy to get a win, obviously.
Just lots of hills, riding up and down hills, tiring hills, and yeah, that's about it. I came first in the Nicholas Brown.
There's some more K4 riders coming through into Whitianga, and looking pretty good. I know there's a big climb to come before they get back to Coromandel town. And there's Joanna Sharp, the leading lady in the Energy Club New Zealand K4.
I'm struggling now, not going to lie, tough going.
So there's the riders heading across the bridge to Whitianga. 3 hours 58 on the clock. Logan Griffin just out of the saddle. He's having a look. His tyre is losing a little bit of air. So that's bad luck for Logan Griffin. 2 punches today. And he's sitting there in 3rd place after the 2 leaders. There they go, Theo Gilbertson and Michael Torkler. So Logan Griffin, bad time to puncture. Torkler puts the pressure on. He gets to the bottom of the hill, he rides them like they're flat, Michael Torkler. Heads out of Katoona. There's Theo Gilbertson, it's hurting. Torkler's flown the coop. He is after another victory in the Flight Centre K2. Some of the K4 riders coming around the coast. Beautiful scenery. If you haven't done the K2 Cycle Classic, put it down, put it in your diary for 2019. It's a must-do event. Whether you're an elite rider, a recreational rider, or an e-biker, or you want to do even the dirty K on the gravel roads, the K2 has it all, and some of the most stunning scenery that you'll ever see anywhere in Australasia. Michael Torkler. It's over Wangapawa Hill. Time for a snack. We have an energy gel, and you know he's got one more climb and he'll be dropping down to the finish. No one will catch Michael Torkler now, he's absolutely flying. So I've just seen the car, 4 hours 45 minutes as Michael Torkler grinds his way up the hill. This is a very fast time by Michael Torkler. The course record, of course, was held by Jeremy Yates, 5 hours 2:34 back in 2008. Can Michael Torkler, can he get under that 5 hours today? This is an incredible rider because he's had a very small group, 3 riders for much of the day. Wouldn't have minded a bit of company now, but Torkler at home on the climbs. You can see him breathing. He looks out, he's near the top. It's one of the K4 riders, grinds his way up the climb. Still with a smile on his face. Relief, I'm at the top of the hill. Torkler, looking strong. So they're dropping down in towards Coromandel town. There goes Michael Torkler heading towards the finish. He crosses the line in a record time, 47 seconds away from breaking 5 hours. So 5 hours and 47 seconds for Michael Torkler as he takes out the Flight Centre K2. K4 rider comes in, well done.
Yeah, sure, I think it is probably about a dozen of us out the start line there, and then up over those first 2 climbs out of Coromandel we whittled ourselves down. It was about 6 of us, I think, along the coast there all the way through to Thames. We all worked really well together, which was really good. Everyone was here pulling their weight. We got to Kopu Hikuain, Logan Griffin and myself, we sort of just put the pressure on a wee bit, and it was him, myself and Theo Gilbertson over the top. And the 3 of us just worked really well together all the way through to just out of Whitianga. Then up Kuatuna, the two boys were battling a wee bit, and unfortunately Logan got himself another puncture over the top of that, so that was his day done. Then Theo rode with me through to about 15 odd k's to go. Just one of those pinches before you have that last climb. It was lights out for him, but you know, kudos to him. He did a really good ride today. It's really impressive. Oh, real stoked to get my 3rd win here at the K2, and I'm sure we're taking the record. So pretty happy to knock old Jeremy Yates off that leaderboard. He's done some pretty big things in bike racing, so it's a good scalp to have.
So Torkler's teammate Logan Griffin recovered from his puncture and rides up into 2nd place.
By the time we got to the coast, and then Torkler just had us on the ropes pretty much the whole day. I was unfortunately punctured twice, but we'd had quite a big gap, me, Theo and Torkler, so it was a good race.
So as the riders enjoy the stories of the event and the hospitality, we'll hear from Commonwealth Games gold medalist, former Olympic swimmer who was 13th in the Cervelo K1 today, Moss Burmester.
I've just finished the K1 and first time for me, pretty tough, but it was good. And I expect it to be tough, but no, I enjoy being out there, and beautiful day, and I just love riding my bike, so it was a good day.
So the riders heading towards the finish in Coromandel town. Absolutely stunning day for this iconic event, one of the premier events on anybody's cycling calendar. You must put it on your to-do list if you haven't already done it. It's one of the toughest cycle rides you can do in Australasia. It's some of the best scenery you'll see in the world as we see riders making their way up the climb. 2nd of November 2019 is the date to put in your diaries. We'll be starting in Thames, just a little bit down the road from Coromandel town. You're about to do a stunning loop of the peninsula and enjoy some real Coromandel hospitality.